Hello, what's going on guys? Welcome back to another Gran Turismo 7 video, and today we are going to be talking about how to get good at Gran Turismo 7 in particular, but it's any racing game at all. So yeah, the way this video will be structured is there'll be a basic section, a medium section, and a hard slash advanced section, and those are going to be like groups categorized. And as I'm saying this, the race has just started, so yeah. Let's kick this off, shall we? So let's kick it off with the basic section, right? So this is designed for anyone who's brand new to racing games, coming to racing games basically. So there's three main things that I've got on here, right? So it's using track width, learning tracks, and getting used to cars. So I'll start off with getting used to cars. So this gameplay that you're watching is me behind the wheel of a Aston Martin GT3 racing car. It is a V12 Vantage, and I love this car. I love the way it drives, I love the way it handles. It's very me. It's fairly natural. But I've done, at the time of this video being recorded, it's 400 miles. Now it's over 1,100, I believe. So yeah, it's fairly safe to say that I use this car a lot. I know exactly how it's going to handle, from the ins and outs. I know exactly how much throttle I need to press without the car kicking out at the back. I know how much throttle I can get away with. I know how much brake I can get away with. I know how hard I need to trail brake. As well, trail braking is something that will be in the advanced section of the video that I'll get further on to later on. But yeah, I know exactly how this car will react. Now, how to build that kind of connection with the car is just use the car, play the game. So yeah, that's that. Now we'll move swiftly on to learning about the track. I think yeah, that will make more sense. So learning the track is, again, what is it? Right? Just knowing what corner is going to come up. Right? Is it a corner a left-hander? Is it a right-hander? Is it sharp? Is it shallow? What are we looking at basically? And with that knowledge being built in, you can end up adapting your lines and stuff like that, and it's really useful. And then the way you build this is just, again, very similar to getting used to the car. Just play on the tracks, race basically. Drive, do time trials and stuff. So that's a little subtopic. And the third one is track width. Now, as you see here, I'm definitely using track width, right? Gameplay is like that. It's just using track width. And the reason why you use track width is you end up making the track bigger, right? And when you make the track bigger, you can use your throttle a lot more, carry more speed, carry more momentum, use the downforce of the cars, and use the grip of the cars as well. So you do need to use track width, and regardless, even if you're using as much as you're thinking you're using, you probably could use a bit more. And most newer drivers are very nervous of using track width, but you don't have to be. You will make mistakes. I guarantee you will make mistakes. I make mistakes. And I've been playing racing games for over 10 years. And this is from last night's stream that I did. I made a mistake on Laguna Seca in the league race, and I went for a spin. So it's very natural to make mistakes, and it'll happen. But it's how quickly you can recover from it. You don't want it to make a massive dent in your time, and either way it will, but you need to figure it out basically and try and make the most. That's enough with the basic section. We shall now move on to the medium section. Now the medium section has awareness, as we watch a absolutely filthy battle right now. Spotting overtaking opportunities, strategies, and qualifying laps. Now we'll go with awareness first. Awareness is key. You have to be aware. So on the recording that you're watching right now, it's, well, a recording, isn't it? So I can't adjust it where it says track map. Usually I have my radar open, especially when I'm doing online races. But yeah, and also on Gran Turismo, you'll be able to see actually in the corners, they do sometimes show red. I'll probably highlight it the next time that I can. But yeah, they do highlight red to let you know that there's a car nearby. So that's really useful. The easiest way to get good at awareness is just to be alert, be sharp, and know what's going on around you, listen as well. So I play in manual, and again I'll probably drop this actually in here as well. So actually no, I'll probably drop it in the advanced section. But just listening to the cars, you'll be able to work out if someone's gonna absolutely send one down on the inside of you, or if they're gonna not send one down on the inside of you, or how close they are, how far they are. So there are a lot of good reference points. Also, whilst we watch me tail this R8 here, you'll be able to see that I'm just sizing up the R8, right? Like, I'm just trying to see where is he good, where is he bad, and he's just made an error there. Now, with that being said, I'm going to try and make the most of that error. He plays a smart move and avoids losing the delta all along that straight, so he dives into the pits. Now, I didn't dive into the pits because I saw that, oh yeah, you know, there's a ton of cars and he's going to get caught in traffic. That I will explain more about that in the strategy part of the video. But yeah, the way to build awareness is just race. Again, it's very similar to the others, and you'll notice that as a theme a lot, but you need to know what you're looking out for. Now, considering we spoke so much about strategies, I'll move on to the strategy topic now. So strategy is usually to do with pits and stuff, but it can be like overtaking maneuvers, like when do you want to overtake, when don't you want to overtake, and stuff like that. So the race that you're watching right now is a daily race that I did that had a massive bug at the start, which was in the intro. But I'm going to switch from racing mediums, so basically slicks, right? So slick medium compound to a slick hard compound, and I've got to size up when I need to do that. I don't need to refuel, fortunately, just because of the way this race is, but you would have to, you know, factor refueling in as well if you needed to. Hit yourself into a gap where you're not really dealing with any traffic and you're not dealing with any cars. If you pit yourself into a portion of the race where you've got that issue, then you're going to be in for a fun time, that's for sure, because you've got other people around you and it's just not fun, right? But it is a good way to build racecraft, which again I will move on to in the advanced section of the video. But yeah, you're just constantly looking for overtaking opportunities and just being smart about it, really. That's what strategy is, pretty much. So with that being said, since we briefly mentioned overtaking opportunities, let's talk about that. So overtaking opportunities, what I've got down for this is basically you're spotting when you need to overtake, right? Where you're sizing up the car as you're approaching it, the opposition car. So for example, right now I'm sizing up this C7 Corvette ahead of me, right? I'm just trying to work out where he's weak, where he's strong, if you're going to get into a battle, and I've assumed here that there's a good chance that we will be getting into a battle because the car behind me, the Spaniard who's just come out of the pits, he's just come out of the pits and he's on the medium compound, fresh medium, so he's gonna be quick. He's gonna be quick, and that's a given, right? He's fighting at the top of the field like I am, so yeah, you pick it up basically. You end up sizing up the car ahead of you for maybe a half a lap, and then you'll end up making a move, but you've got to make a move in a position where you know that you'll be strong, so you can, you know, keep your position basically. And well, I'll talk about defending as well in this topic as well. So to get good at spotting and overtaking maneuvers is just, it's that preparation beforehand, right? It's watching racing, sizing up opponents, you know, all of that kind of stuff is crucial for this. We'll move on to defending. Now, defending is a, you don't really see me doing much of it in this clip, that's for sure. I do believe that there is a section coming up where you will see me doing a lot of defending. If my memory serves me correctly about this race. Now I'll talk about some defending work now, right? Defending is interesting, right? Only move once in one direction, and it's got to be a proactive move and not a reactive move. That's what defending is labelled as. You can't move in the braking zones, however you can brake in the straight line at an angle, right? And that does work, so that's what it is. It will definitely tie in with trail braking, so I will explain trail braking and stuff as well. But defending, when you're defending with the braking and stuff, you're usually trail braking, right? So yeah, it is tough to get right, but if you can do it and you can do it right, then you're absolutely laughing. I managed to get good at defending a while ago. Just the way you defend really is you just try and make your car as wide as possible, right? You know, you have a rough idea what line they're going to use, and when you see them on the radar or in your rear view, you end up sizing them up as well. So you have a rough idea how they're going to react as well, so you can defend them like that. Yeah, the best way to get good at it is try it with the AI. So use your money making methods like Le Mans, and yeah, you can try defending like that on them, but majority of the times it's just going to be online. But yeah, defending like with a friend or something is always amazing, and it definitely helps them learn. So yeah, that's how I recommend getting good at that. Also watching races and stuff. If you're gonna defend though, don't watch Max Verstappen. Verstappen is absolutely trash at defending. And yes, I'm recording this after the Austrian Grand Prix, so I am kind of annoyed as a McLaren fan. But yeah, it is what it is, I guess. Lando should have won, but I'll take George on it. Better than Verstappen. The next point is qualifying laps. So what I've just told you about is more racy stuff that you do whilst racing. Qualifying laps is done before a race, and sometimes it requires you to navigate through traffic, other times it doesn't. But either way, it's interesting qualifying laps. The way you get good at them is you set your ghost. So you load the ghost of the best person in the world. You set their ghost to be 3/10 ahead of whatever their initial time was, and that's how you get good at qualifying laps. So yeah, and qualifying laps just set your place in the grid. So yeah, that's that. Before we enter the big leagues, the advanced section of the video. Now this is designed for racers who are fairly competent, fairly know how the way things work, how things run, and they want to get better. Right? I've like top 3,000 in the world a few times in the qualifying laps and stuff on the daily races and stuff. I've also been top 1,000 in manufacturers cup and stuff. Almost at A, but like the way I race and stuff, I like starting from the back, so I don't set a qualifying lap, and then I like to cut my way through the field. That is fun, but it doesn't give you much driver rating. So yeah, it's a bit of an issue there, and also you got to deal with the dirty driving and stuff. So it isn't really efficient for getting high number like that, but it is fun. So trail braking. Now trail braking is a massive one. What is trail braking? Trail braking is coming off of the brakes, so releasing brake pressure whilst turning the steering wheel. And the more steering lock you add, the more you release the brake pressure. Now you will see it here. There's a bit of a trail brake that I do there. I come off the brake a little bit, but it's not massive and it's not massively noticeable. But it does depend. Here is usually, again, you'll see me trail braking through here, but like trail braking you do use a lot of that corner especially as well on the trail mountain. It is trail mountain, but no, it's not. It's deep forest. Deep forest is distracted. Here as well, this corner as well. You see me trail brake a lot. Now, the way to get good at trail braking is it's very unique because you've got it's special to each sort of race and each sort of track. Because sometimes you will end up like understeering into the orbital cannon roll of the barrier. Sometimes you will get orbital cannoned, or you will be the orbital cannon on if you trail brake. But again, you tie that in with your overtaking skills and your racecraft and stuff, so that shouldn't really happen. Although it does happen sometimes. So yeah, that's pretty much trail braking. Now we'll move on to the next topic, which is dealing with dirty races and / contact racing. So contact racing is more like bump drafting, getting used to that, or wheel to wheeling. And dealing with dirty drivers is just guys that absolutely want to kill you, to put it nicely. So yeah, the way you deal with dirty drivers is you be quicker than them, and you rope them into like a fake realm where they feel like they've got the advantage because they know what they're doing, but then you just like catch them out and send them into the gravel trap. But you don't want to engage directly into dirty driver contact. It's only if they do it to you. Yeah, the way you're gonna get good at this kind of stuff is just by racing. Contact racing is bump drafting, so like on straights you use the slipstream to bump the car ahead of you. So you still get the slipstream effect, but they go a bit further. You use that to catch up to a guy who's like in the Max Verstappen realm of finishing like 20 seconds there. Anyway, yeah. So that's that. Racecraft is just being good at wheel-to-wheel racing, and it's basically just like awareness plus, right? Again, the way you're only going to get good at that is just by racing. Turning off assist is a crucial one. So ABS you don't really need to turn off in this game that much, but if you're running any other assist you need to turn them off. Braking area again is good to have on, just so you have a rough idea when line share or guides are going to start braking, so it just gives you some extra awareness. Again, the way you start turning off traction control is just by like squeezing, gradually building up the throttle pedal, and you'll feel it. You'll feel where the car grips, where the car bites, and where it doesn't. So yeah. And if you do end up getting yourself into a situation where it's slipping, then you know, just if in doubt, throttle it out, as Colin McRae would say. But don't full throttle it. You know, drop the brake pressure and then build it back up. And, sorry, not the brake pressure, the throttle pressure and stuff like that. Overtaking on grass and car control, right? So you will be dealing with tight tracks sometimes, Nürburgring being one of them. You need to get used to being able to have the car control to catch the car if the car steps out of line. and this will tie in with overtaking on grass, because grass means no grip. So, contrary to normal belief, you don't want to touch grass in this case. So, yeah, where you're gonna get good at that is car control. Just build yourself a drift car, go into a wet kind of event, and just slide about, or yeah, or drive on grass or off road. That's the way you're gonna build car control. And something that you see me do a lot here is called throttle flipping. Well, at least I call it throttle flipping anyway. So it's where you jump off the throttle and jump back on the throttle. You can do that to chuck the car into different weight distribution. So when you're coming around the corner, the car's weight's usually towards the back, but when you flip the throttle, it moves forward. Yeah, the only way you're going to get good at that is just by doing it naturally. So, with all of this being said, and the video drawing to a close, I gotta thank you for listening to all of it, if you have. If any of you guys want to think I've missed something or something like that, just let me know in the comment section down below and we can, you know, have a discussion, right? With all that being said, I'm Boss85, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Take care, and goodbye.
There's a ton of things that I haven't mentioned in this video that I believe that are probably some good things, but just for time's sake, we've chopped it a bit down. So if you do want to see a multi-part series to this, how to get good at racing games, specifically Gran Turismo, or if you want me to do it for any other games as well, because I am quite good at other games too, just let me know in the comment section down below. Also, if there's anything that you feel like I missed, again, feel free to drop it in the comment section. Now, with that being said, for the second time, take care, and I'll catch you in the next one. Good night.